Look, that's all. I
Look
thought it
at
was
our
free.
wonderful friends. Look
Well, I
at
live
it.
alone. I would love to have you for 2 hours.
Right, right, right.
I would love to have
Exactly.
you
Oh,
for
that's
two
so
hours.
good. See,
Jenny,
that says a
that's
lot.
my choice.
Indeed. Well,
Okay, Terry. Okay, Terry.
this is Afro Economics Live, and we have a lot of members that are shy, so you can see they don't want to talk.
Mhm.
but but indeed, I wanted us to take advantage of tonight. And it's really our last Wednesday of 2020 because next week we're doing Monday to recognize Kwanzaa and Thursday for our members only New Year's Eve celebration. But
Oh,
indeed, yes, indeed. So we're gonna be all the way live. This is just a precursor
Ow,
to
ow.
New Year's
Oh
Eve,
my
exactly, because we have to New Year's
Look at
Eve.
Jenny.
We gotta be dressed up. We have to be like really dressed to impress. You're like, yeah, whatever, JB, you go first. I know. I'm gonna really try to get dressed up. I'm gonna do my best. But I know that Mr. Lewis is gonna have his tuxedo and Mr.
oh
Wynn, they're gonna represent that. And
goodness.
then you don't even like Kirkland Dorsey, he wears tuxedos every other day. So that's how the men of Afro economics take it. Miss Howard as well, she gonna dress up. She gonna be like right there. You see all that beautiful stuff around her? Like she doesn't even show herself. She's so mysterious. She's just
That's right.
exactly this is the queen. We call her Queen Howard since we got
That's
King
right.
Hollis.
All right. All
Indeed,
right.
indeed. We need. I have been searching for a queen. I think it's Miss Howard because we have King Hollis. I'm going to amend once we get going, y'all. I'm going to change because he has R. Hollis. He got confused. He's King Hollis indeed. But tonight is about expressing, just speaking out, sharing what 2020 means to you. There's one person on here, and I don't want him to say who it is, but there is one person, and I'm going to give a prize to the person who guessed the person, which one of the members that are up here right now has said that 2020 was their best year yet. Don't say like ever, like they just loved this year. Guess which one? Was it Miss Cotman? Was it Miss Hayes? Was it Mr. Lewis? Was it Mr. Dorsey? Mr. Witt? Like, I just want you to take your best guess. Don't speak too soon till after they say a little something, something. You might, Mike Rob said it to Mrs. Hayes. It might have been, but she has not been quoted it to me yet. So
It's
with
been a
that,
good
we'll
year.
we'll use that to kick off. Mr. Wynn, I'm so glad that you logged in 2020, that you moved from corporate America to really start focusing on your business. Just tell us how you feel as a or how do you feel about 2020? Would you have done this focus totally on building a business if we had not been in a pandemic?
That's kind of a tough question because the way I look at it is we really don't act on things unless something makes us act.
You
Mm,
right?
mm,
So I'm thinking if it would have never happened, then I would
Mm,
have found an excuse to keep delaying
mm,
on starting my business.
mm.
But with it happening, even though it was a bad event that happened, it still forced me to step out there on faith
That's
and put
so
more
good.
trust in God.
Mm. That's powerful though. It's so true. Like, have you ever met someone and they tell you that if they hadn't gotten fired, they wouldn't have never started their business, or
Mm.
because of this like this something horrible. So I can totally relate to that. That is like it just made you like it was kind of sink or swim.
Yes,
If you're ever going to do this, you should might as well do it now. That's great.
yes.
That's great. So how do you feel that about the like that, Mr. Lewis, from a corporate America perspective? And then we want Mr. Dorsey also to expand on that.
Outside of the stress of the pandemic, financially it's been okay. We still working, lights are still on, everything's still fine, but it's just been a stressful year. It's been really quick,
Mm,
and I'm ready for 2021.
mm, that's
Can't get here any
powerful.
sooner. Yeah. I'm ready.
Full. Yeah. It just impacts you so much personally. You feel like as a father, as a husband, as a, just because the desire to want to protect your family from something you can't protect them from.
Exactly. You can't see it. You're backing away from people. It's just, I'm ready for
Mm.
2021. Let's get this out of here and move on.
Right. And then
Yeah.
you wonder every time your family walk out the house, you wonder like, are they
Oh, yeah.
okay? Are they
Yeah,
safe?
we spraying Lysol in the air when they come back in and cleaning groceries. Yeah,
Yes.
let's get this out of here.
Real.
Yeah.
It's real.
I'm ready for a big cookout 2021 party.
So true.
Yeah.
Like I want to be there. I'm gonna bust that cookout wide open. I'm like, as I know, y'all live out in the country, y'all gonna have some good food.
That's right.
Country people know how to have a cookout.
Yeah.
Right, Mr. Dorsey? You go to the city, they be having like hot dogs. You go in the country, they cook like pig, cows.
They got the whole pig,
and-
whole cow.
real whole. Look, they teach you real whole food, like the whole.
Yeah. And they force feed you.
You know, none of the processed parts, anything. That's right.
Yeah.
They ready.
Yeah.
They ready. What do you think, Mr. Dorsey? How was 2020?
For me, 2020, I thought it was okay. And actually, no, I thought, put it this way, if she was a woman, I'd kiss her.
Oh.
And you married.
Yeah.
So you wouldn't
But,
kiss her real hard. You would just kiss her on the
no.
cheek or on the lips?
On the cheek and say thank you.
Wow.
Because 2020 showed me I had a lot of holes in my budget, a lot of wasteful spending. And because when they shut down places I couldn't go to, I said, oh man, I was dropping $300-400 a month there. I was dropping $500 or $600 a month and didn't even notice until they shut it down. And I'm looking at my budget. I'm like, I told my wife, I said, where's all this money coming from?
Right.
She said, we're not going here, we're not going there. I said, oh my God. Plus, I actually get to spend more time with my wife than with my coworkers now.
Yeah.
Before I was spending like maybe 40, 50 hours with coworkers. I spent awake hours anyway. Maybe an hour in the morning, 2 or 3 hours in the evening, then we go to bed.
Right. That's right.
Now I'm spending more time with my wife. We get up, eat breakfast in the morning at 5:30. She makes my breakfast, or I make her breakfast.
Oh.
And I get home, she's home. I mean,
you like that.
Look, I've lost some friends. I've gained new friends. I burned some bridges. I rebuilt some bridges. But they gotta have some winners, you gotta have some losers. I guess I was one of the winners of 2020. So, but I don't know, man. I'm not ready for 2020 to leave.
Well, it's over.
They need to add 15, well, maybe 15 more months to the year. I don't know.
I mean, I wonder, like, if we were, well, let's look. If anybody guessed who it was, who said 2020 is their best year ever?
Sound like Mr. Dorsey.
Yeah.
I know, but you were kind of slow. And you're on the panel, you're disqualified from any winnings. It's so sad, but you're right. You're a genius. Best year ever. How about that, Ms. Howard? How about that? In Pittsburgh, y'all got a lot of snow?
It melted. It's gone.
Oh, okay.
Oh.
They come back. Christmas. Hear me?
I hear you. Indeed. That I hear you. That it's gonna come back in Christmas.
Christmas Eve, yes.
Oh, tomorrow? And we're getting in Virginia, they're getting a lot of rain.
A lot of rain.
It's not gonna be snow. Yeah. So it's cold. It must be cold up there.
Well, it was 49 today, but it will be 50 in the morning, but the temperature will drop, and talking about rain turning into snow.
Are you a Steeler fan?
Not really.
Yeah, they stink.
ain't hurt my feelings.
No, I'm a Cowboy fan. We stick worse.
Well, everybody knows I'm a Cowboys fan. Definitely. Hey, D. Well, I even wore my jersey. You ain't even wear your jersey tonight. We should have Cowboys to the bone. Exactly.
Yeah.
So how you thinking, Jenny? How's it feeling for you? Well, I got to go back to Queen Cynthia Howard, and ask her, how was this year for you after I got the weather report? I can't just let you go like that.
Oh, well, the year for me was different. It was different. But I think the best thing that I got out of this year was meeting you.
Oh, that's positive.
Afroeconomics. I'm hearing you on the Carl Nelson show. And that was something that I wanted to do, was to get my financial house in order, preparing for retirement in a few years. So I think that was a blessing, meeting you for 2021. I mean, sometimes you delay doing what you need to do. And being that when I heard you on Carl Nelson, and it was like, you were talking about the stimulus checks, because that was coming out and how people were going to waste that. And I said, well, I could use that money to be a member of Afroeconomics.
Amen. So. Oh, that's so positive. Why not for you? Why not for you? I know. And that's so powerful. Thank you so much. That's, that's everything. That's a beautiful gift to me. I hope that for the rest of my life, I can make sure that I do that. Make an impact on someone's life. Keep your word. Imagine if I hadn't kept my word to you. That's what I always think about. Like, we have, everything that we do, we have to keep our word. And that's all I want, is that Afroeconomics to just to be that one thing that we can look back as Black people and go, no, that's actually more than what I expected. No, I actually can depend on that. That didn't let me down. Because I mean, when before I got into financial services, that was the one thing. I kept being let down. I kept being disappointed. And I was like, I worked so hard, and I can't even find anybody that I feel comfortable with, that I can trust, And I had a call today, and a lady was contemplating membership, and she said, well, I'll let you know, I am talking to someone else in New York, but I'll let you know. And when years ago, maybe that would have shook me, but then now it's like, I know that you all have made my time so priceless that anytime I invest in a member is an investment for me. So when your success is like a return on my investment, you're like stock. So I have to be just as selective about you as you are about me. And I mean that with every bit of my word. Like, you represent me. That's why I get very I mean, if y'all do something and I don't like it, or I feel like it pulled away from you in some way, you know what I'm saying? It's like, I get passionate and I worry about it, so.
Yes, she does.
Because I want, I want you are all my children. And and it's true. And the older I get, it's probably going to get worse. So just
oh God.
Like, this to my children. Oh my goodness. I was on one product today, and it made me so mad to see my client so upset because this product, they're still going through this. I told y'all about this lady going through this situation with Edward Jones, trying to get her name back on her own account. And I know how that feels. And I just heard her getting so upset. And I said, I promise you, I'll get this straight. Well, let's get off the phone. And then I started trying to get it and then get her back on the phone later. But it's, hours, months. It's no reason. And sometimes it feels like they're just doing things to us. And then the magic words they put on you. If you yell at me, I'm going to hang up. Which reminds me of when those cops went into that lady's house and she was yelling naked, get out of my house, get out of my house. And the cop said, don't yell at me. And I'm like, this lady is projecting her voice because you all are not doing the paperwork to get her straight. But it was just, to me, it felt just like the cops not acknowledging that this is a naked woman.
They did that to a man in South Carolina.
Woo! He was
Wow.
naked
He
too,
was naked. He was naked.
and they just stood there in
Over
front of his
60,
naked.
an over 60-year-old plus
Oh my
man.
Oh
God!
my goodness,
Wow.
that's
I
crazy.
don't know what this is now, but now they're
I
just
don't
busting your house.
understand like how you just, when we get in that situation, I instantly say to the product or company, how can you feel like this? How can you sleep working somewhere and feeling like, because I could not sleep if I knew someone was that disappointed. So like the police officers, you walk in there and this man is sitting here, crying or screaming or feeling invaded. He's naked in his house. Somebody in there needs to say, look, y'all, hey, let's calm down. You know what I'm saying? Even if he is
Exactly.
a criminal, he's
Mhm.
not trying to kill you. He's naked. Let's bring it down. Let's de-escalate.
Mm.
Exactly.
Mm. So just know that you all are leaders. And now there, when you do things like this and you get involved in Afro economics and you invest in being in front like this, that you are a leader. You are telling people that you don't have a problem um, encouraging other people to want to be all that they can be, because we have so much stuff that tells us that it's okay to be less. And when you're saying, hey, I believe in it, I believe that we can do more, I believe that we can bring more to our families, I believe that legacy is important, I believe that following the law is important, I believe that the family is important. That's all Afro economics is. And it's nothing without you. And somebody has to sit out front, not just me. We can't do it. I used to think I could do things by myself, but do you feel me on that, King Hollis? That not much can be done by yourself.
This is true.
That is
This is true. We all need each other.
Yes.
Yes, indeed.
We
But
all
we,
need each other.
yes.
You're gonna need at least 6 people when you leave here.
Mhm. But
Yeah.
people,
At least.
people say like, oh, we're not this or we're not that, or you can't find any good black men and this and that. Look at this. Look at this. Anybody watching right now, I'm telling you, we have like, this is, you know, a collection. So whatever you can say, is not, every black man on here has spoken. Not one of them is illiterate. Not like any, what I'm saying? Any of the examples that these young people have been robbed. Any of you who have young people at home right now, go get your children, bring them over to this monitor and encourage them that they can do. These are some examples of black men and women who have done it the right way, who have just paid the price. Nothing has come easy to any of them. You know, all of them, are just contributing to society. You're statistical anomalies. We truly are.
Mm-hmm.
Each of us, we truly are. When they're talking about, people not even having $100 to come up with, all we say is just that we don't feel like we have enough, but you got everything you need.
Right.
Rosita, how do you feel about 2020?
I feel, I don't want to say I feel, I mean, I have mixed emotions. Earlier in this year, I had emergency surgery in February, and last thing I was thinking about was finances. This was really before the pandemic really kicked off. And as it was going through, and I was up late at night, I was wanting to find out about finances, Black women investing, and I saw one of your posts on YouTube. And I was like, wow, this woman is really, really passionate. And I just said, and I said, and I just started keep looking at different postings that you had, true story. And then I said, okay, I've got to really see, how can I link up with this woman? Because I never met or saw a woman that looked like me, that had passion and knew what she was talking about when it came to finances and money and making you, really feel comfortable. So I jumped on the bandwagon and got the free membership. And in turn also started to get my membership a few months later. And it's been one of the greatest things for me. It just has me in a position where I really know where I'm going. I'm not kind of like, just like I know I have some money here and there, but really putting and making sure I put things into action. So I feel, like Mr. Dorsey says, I feel pretty good about 2020 because going into 2021, I feel like I'm going to have a better footing than what I had before. And it's amazing at what those next steps are going to be. So I'm good with it.
And I mean, you've done a great job, all of you, with your life. I think sometimes people don't realize the power of having a team. Like the power is that you invested in, each of you in yourself and said, my future is important enough for me to get a licensed person, that whose legal responsibility is to look out for my best interest, and let me do this. I deserve this. But most of the time, all we think, unfortunately, about is somebody doing YouTube things about how you gonna get rich quick. So everything about Afroeconomics is about discipline, doing the right thing, following the process, following the rules, maximizing, using the system to our maximum. Because we can't really make it over. It's like it is what it is. So we need to learn how to maximize the tax laws, maximize the investment markets, maximize our job opportunities. If we're in there, then we need to learn about the benefits, and we need to have somebody on our team that's going to help us maximize that job.
And that's powerful. And that's
isn't
so
it true?
powerful.
Instead of like, I know that everybody shouldn't and will never be an entrepreneur like me, but everybody can own business, and most of that should be done through their work retirement plan. And we don't take it seriously enough. But every quarter, we should be looking at the performance, the allocation, updating your risk tolerance, and the best thing is you having an understanding of what you need from me, because I have access to all these things. So, you have to lead it. Like, help me help you. And I know y'all have heard me, say that. Like, I love when you give me, you know, and Ms. G, she doesn't hesitate to say, these are the things I would like to address. And that's what you need. And if you have, as with, Ms. Hayes, if you have someone that's supposed to be on your team and they won't, take your instruction, you're working with the wrong person. And I found that a lot as a black person. Like, we feel like we have to compromise because we don't want to lose the relationship. So, you might have someone like me in your life, but you don't want to appear bossy, or you don't want, you don't need that type of person. If they can't take your instruction, you need to get rid of them. If you don't feel comfortable enough with them to say, this is what I need, you know what I'm saying? Then, they're just a salesperson. But an advisor is someone that's supposed to be interested in building you, making you bigger. I was, like before, and still, there's a whole bunch of people who only have salespeople in their life and they think they're their financial advisor. That's not a financial advisor. Your financial advisor should be an investment advisor who is regulated, that can help you with everything from real estate to taxes to anything, anything that's going through your mind, starting a business, not having a business. No, and don't hesitate like these do to go out there and get that help that you need. Do you feel that way, Miss Hayes? Did you ever feel like, that as a woman, like you felt like were certain people who you had, you know what I mean, to be careful with, and you realize now how good it is, how important it is, especially when you're going through like 2020.
Oh, definitely.
Remember that month, especially from an investment portfolio perspective, and you have a salesperson and you don't feel like you can talk to them about your work account because they're not getting paid for it. You know what I'm saying? So it's like, do you have nothing?
Yep.
You know what I'm saying? They're like,
They want to rush you off the phone.
yes,
Yeah.
that's not a real issue for them because it's not on there. Yeah, it's not
Yeah.
theirs.
Yeah.
How did you feel in March when you saw like just everything going down? Like, what did you feel?
Well, it's interesting because I had asked God to kind of, it's so weird. I wanted this world to slow down. I just kind of felt like, when is it ever enough? Everybody's, moving and moving at the speed.
Mm.
And nobody's really taking the time to really just sit back and just, to me, marvel at the wonder of life.
Mm-hmm.
When COVID hit, I was really like, because I work for a law firm. So basically we've always been able to work remotely. Everything we do, we can move it electronically. That's how we're doing it. That's how we've always done it. And so nothing has been missing and nothing has been broken in our circle. And it's been a good year. And you know how I track you down to get on the calendar, and I was like, I gotta get JB on the line. I gotta get the next steps here.
Amen.
And so it's been a good year for us. It's been a good year. Yeah.
Good. That's a blessing. That's a blessing.
So my Rob was right.
Oh, that's true. It was true for you too. That's true. Oh my God. I didn't think about that. I was like, it could be true, but you just hadn't told me yet. Yeah, exactly.
But I do recognize that it has not been a good year for everyone.
Amen.
And I'm very cognizant of that. And I don't go out flashing and, just assume. I'm sure I'm understanding whomever I'm talking with. Not that I'm talking with anyone because I've been in the house, but when I do have conversations, we do our work Zoom calls. I'm just always, cognizant of the fact that it has not been a good year for a lot of folks.
Right.
And so, and that's what's, quite just like amazing to me, how you can have, trouble on one hand and food lines and unemployment. And then on the other hand, you've got folks who are flourishing and doing the best that they've ever done.
Wow, right? Right? Is that you? Is that you, T. Sherry Dorsey? Is that you feeling better than ever done?
Well, I mean, I agree.
Husband, that's her husband up there. Look at him. He's set up. I wanted to see if he would wake up when his wife starts.
She better say something nice about me.
Well, I agree with my husband that yes, it has been a good year. But what I would add to it, though, kind of agreeing with the panelists, is that it's been a blessed year, but also the fact that with the challenges that we've been facing, to me, God is in control.
Yeah.
And so, just like, we just talked about that, yes, a lot of people are, dealing with things and, just like you mentioned, there are folks who are getting through it and are thriving. And then there are folks who are, really struggling. But, through all of this, I just believe that, he will bring us through it. And 2020 in our eyes is going to be an even better year. It's going to be a blessed year because we're going to come through all of this.
You're
So
so
that's how I
right.
see it.
May we be better for it. That
and the fact that we have you on our side. So
that's positive. But you all like really helped us. Like we helped with charity, and next year we'll do more charity. I think that there is a need for us to continue. Your husband and you are really committed to doing community stuff all the time, and but we're gonna continue because sometimes I feel, because I work with you all, people doing well, that it's easy for me to get disconnected, from
absolutely
real, real
we just talked about
that.
Yeah, which there's no way that like I don't empathize because being because I've come a mighty long way, and it's only in the grace of God that we're here. And I know we all feel that. I mean, all of you have a story, you know what I'm saying? So it's not like I'm saying that we're not in tune. It's just that we have the free membership that you all make possible. And that's what I want to talk about on next Monday with our Kwanzaa night, that for you all to know, and all the members that's not up here, all of the members, you're the ones that make that no excuse membership possible for us to do that. And I want people who actually have problems to know that that's what it's for. Like, we're not asking like credit score. We're not asking like, what's your net worth, how much money you got, nothing. You can come to every membership thing that it is. And I just believe that it is important that when we're in the valley, that we need to be focusing on getting out.
Yeah.
We don't need, what I'm saying? We don't need to like continuously only be around people that you feel completely, comfortable with. But it's time to like be around like King Hollis. How did you do that? You were in, what did you do? How did you transition from government to being a fire personnel and doing, the different careers that you had? Like we have access to this. Oh, Mr. Wynn, how'd you move from corporate CDL to doing your own business? And Mr. Dorsey, oh, you were military? What about like that is the access that Afro economics. Oh, wow, Mr. Lewis, how'd you get in corporate America? And you've been there all these years. Like, how that happened? How'd you get that? How did you book, get all this engineering and skills and all that stuff that, we can never imagine doing, but they don't know. Like, this is true networking is not standing around a bar drinking. We got to stop thinking that like, you know what I'm saying? Networking is this. This is networking. This is empowerment. And by the time like we have a live event, y'all gonna know each other. And that's why I always say, show me your face. Let me get to, you know what I mean? Let me get to know you. Who are you? Like, that's how we get ahead. That's how we get ahead. Nobody taught us that. You know what I mean? So every time our little Black organizations have a networking event, it's just a party and a hookup. We can't eat off that. We can't build businesses off that. We need stuff that's telling. You need to be like, okay, what, like this, I want us to really talk about like real, that's why I keep bringing in like real life things that we need to be addressing. It's the end of the year. When we've been doing stuff on our members only stuff, we're talking about what you need to be putting around your house for your tax stuff. You need to be thinking about tax season is coming up. You only got 2 weeks left. Everything that's done between here and the end this next week, that's it. The IRS is cutting it off, and so if something needs to be bought or something needs to be sold or, watch your income. Some people might get a check deposited at the end of the year that will put them in a whole different tax bracket and they don't even realize what they're doing. But when they have somebody to talk to, should I deposit it now or should I hold this till January? You know what I'm saying? Makes a difference. Makes a difference. Huge difference. Maybe you're going to make less income next year, so you can put it in for next year. Maybe you already made less income this year, so you needed to put it in this year. So your tax liability will be lower this year. But we need to think it through. Also, like people taking things out of their retirement account. COVID allowed certain things that weren't allowable before. But Terry Kaufman, as an entrepreneur, what did you think of 2020?
I would say January to March, I was fine. But then, and I had a lot of things planned, like I was going to do the Southern Women's Show for the first time. And we had like 2 more weeks and they said they were going to do the sanitizing stations on each aisle. So I was getting ready for that. So it's like I was close to some major events and then COVID happened. But I would say uncertainty, challenging, I had to be creative, but I've always been creative. So adjust and adapt. Adventurous. It was a lot of things for me. I guess it's perspective. It's all in how you look at it. And, you know, you can see
So
the glass
true.
half empty, or you can see it as half full. But it definitely caused me to slow down because I'm moving a lot all the time. So it's like I just had a woo-ha moment, and I just took a deep breath and exhaled and kind of reset my internal clock.
Wow. That's so good.
And it feels good, I'm sure.
Yeah, it does. It does. I needed to slow down, and time with family was good because I'm always moving. So it's like I had to slow down, and that was good for me.
That's a blessing. What you think, Jenny Jones? That's right. Smart.
Well, I had mixed emotions about 20.
Well, you can tell us the truth. You were family. Tell us all your business. We won't tell anybody.
Yeah, do tell. Do tell.
I had mixed emotions. I couldn't decide if I really wanted to stay in this country.
Oh,
because
wow.
Ed and I had planned to move to England.
Wow.
So I couldn't decide if I wanted to buy something here, you know, buy a co-op, something that I could afford, or move there. And then COVID hit. So, and then I had some medical issues that popped up that really rocked my world. And I woke up sometime from the anesthesia, and really I was devastated because Ed was not here to tell me that things were gonna be okay. So
Amen. Amen.
It was kind of difficult for me, and my finance was okay because I'm a senior. I'm old.
Amen.
I can't tell.
You guys gonna get me about saying that I'm old?
Amen.
Okay.
It's the way you said it. It's the way you said it. I'll let you have that.
Okay.
You know what I'm saying? Like, anybody say anything like that, you got to go with it.
Right.
You know, like, yeah, that's a good thing. You made everybody want to be.
It was kind of difficult not having Ed here, but then as things went on, I got comfortable with my life, and I'm comfortable. You know what? I'm happy. I'm still missing Ed, but I'm happy.
Amen.
I'm birthing a business.
Amen. That's so.
And look out for my business is Jenny J Solution.
That's right. And you've been doing the business network. You've been doing the business work. Yeah, but I mean, you've been coming to the classes and everything, like, you know, taking it seriously.
Oh, yes.
And it makes a difference, you know, it makes a difference. And it's good. I think that every day of our life, we need to make sure that we know our purpose, that we have a purpose, you know, how needed we are, because you really are needed. And you have all the solutions. The business name says it. Right?
I'm very creative. I think
I've got the solution. Everybody wants to know what your solution is. Anybody with a problem, we know where the solution is.
Well, I had to first organize my life, and that's where it started. You know. So after I get my life together, I'm ready to hop in to organize your life.
That's right. That's so good. So she's a life organizer. That's so good.
Well, it's not really organizing people's lives. I'm organizing your closet, your pantry. Because first of all, if your home is not organized, you can't get yourself together.
Yes.
You realize
You're right about that.
That's so true.
You cannot get yourself together if your house
true.
is unorganized, if your bedroom is all torn up, and your closet, you don't know where your shirt, your shoes.
That's so true.
Yeah, it is.
That's so true.
And I am such a matter of fact, I'm so organized, so I drive myself crazy. Always have been like that.
Well, JB, give her my number.
Come over to my place, get me organized.
Like, so crazy.
I can be your first client.
Exactly. That's right. It's so true. I know. Cherie's like, I lost my husband. He went away with Jenny Jones.
Yes, give him a call. PD's organization.
She didn't hear what I said. I'm just joking. She said, give him a call. He's for his things. Because I know Miss Dorsey's stuff is straight. Exactly.
She would bring him back, JB.
I'm the neat one.
She missed a neat. Yeah, right. Yeah, right. I know she'd be like, here he is. He's all straight now, right?
My husband used to say, Jenny, can't you relax? I'm like, I'm busy. I'm kind of like you, Jay. I'm like,
no.
Well, you know, we Pisces girls. We Pisces girls.
No, you way better than me. Like the no, Michael will tell you when I'm done, I'm done. I'll be like done. I think about that. I love to cook and I make a huge mess in the kitchen and then I cook and walk away. What day he's gonna say, like, don't you ever think you should like turn around? Like, you know what I'm saying? Look, he's like, at least she cooks. Exactly. I'm gonna get the other part. If we could just get a dishwasher that had arms to it, and it would just come and get your dirty pots. He said. But eventually, I'll get back to it.
It's coming. It's coming.
I'll go back. I'll go do something else. But that is hard. Oh, he said you do the cooking, I do the cleaning. Yes, he does.
Oh, that's so sweet.
Oh,
that's sweet. Exactly. That's sweet. It's true too. But indeed. So how do you feel about the future? That's what I want to know. Who wants to share with me their prospect for 2021? And a lot of you did say, no, I don't know. Larry, how do you feel about the future?
I see it going good.
Because that's so good.
I always look at it like I've been on the bottom, so it's nowhere to go but up.
Amen. 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 Isn't that the truth? We can't be afraid of hell when you've been there. You know what I'm saying? We know what it looked like and we ain't going back. Exactly.
Yeah.
Exactly. Do not retreat. Full steam ahead. I know, but that's what I worry about young people sometimes because their life has been so good. You know what I'm saying? Especially most of us who've had a hard time. Like you don't even realize what you're doing, but you're making sure that your kids have a better life. You know what I'm saying? But they're not going to work like that because they're not hungry like that. You know what I'm saying? When you hungry, you hunt. You know what I'm saying? They're not hungry like that. And that's why I don't know how you create hunger, you know, when they don't have to. Like, you know what I mean? How do you get someone to hunt when they're not hungry?
But JB, I think 2020 for my kids, it seemed like, well, for one, there's a new level. Yeah.
1 out of 2 is pretty good.
Yeah. Morgan is already there, Deborah being the baby.
That's right.
This whole
ain't hungry.
Yeah. But the episode of 2020 definitely has raised the awareness in what she will do, how she will handle her life, what she wants to do, like to do, So that's a good thing because she's, I think I don't know, Generation Z, she's 21. So, this has helped her. It has shown her that in, a twinkling of an eye, you can have nothing. And
that's right.
And
that's
so
right.
That's right. Yeah,
to be more grateful. Like, when she's more mature now, like it matured her, like, wow, things can change this fast.
Yes.
But I don't know, but we've still protected them from it. You know what I'm saying? It would be different if she didn't have anywhere to live. Like if a person doesn't have anywhere to live, like, you know what I mean? And then there's something about that. Like when you walk around and you say, I don't have nowhere to live. I've been there. You know what I'm saying? And you're like, oh man, you know what I'm saying? But it makes something different. Like, you know what I mean? And we don't ever want, you don't ever want anybody that you love to ever feel that way. Yeah. Especially not a female. Like, but you can't get to a different place or a different level, you know what I mean? Without
some pain.
Like that makes you, it just makes you different.
Yeah.
Like, you know what I'm saying? I'm just different. Yeah. Things that bother people amaze me because they don't bother me because I've been through so much, and they go, I go, why you hate your job? And they go, they be like, they be looking at me like they so and so, you know what I mean? And I'm like, but you make 100,000 a year. Like, that's good money. Oh man. I don't know. I just might quit this job. Do you realize how hard it is to get a job that pays you over 100,000? And you talking about personality? Oh no, 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 no. We can't do this. We can't do it. They be like, TV is just different. It's just different, But it's hard to explain because everything in their life has gone so well that they don't know if you give that up, it's so hard to get that back. That's why I encourage everyone all the time to be very careful when you retire. Because you retiring 150, 160, close to 200,000, maybe even, you know what I'm saying? They're trying to get you out. You know what I'm saying? They want you out. They can hire 2 little kids, you know what I'm saying? And for that one salary that they paying you because you've been there 30 years, I'd make them push me out that door. You would have to beat me down. They'd be like, it would not be because somebody was being mean to me. If I was making that kind of money, I'd be like, what else you need? What else you need? Like, because when you're an entrepreneur, you have to work every day, regardless of what happens. Regardless of what happens. You can go months and you don't make a dime. Months and you still working every day. You know what I'm saying? Especially in the service industry. So it's like that experience, I've been an entrepreneur my entire life. And before that, I was on 100% commission. That, like in the book, The Miseducation of the Negro, he talks about how when we go to college, it takes something from us. Because he was trying to get college students to come out and then take commission jobs, and they weren't having it. And that's in 1930s. So, and now we don't even like the jobs that are connected to performance. But it's the same thing, but they go, if we give them a little bit of salary, they won't think about it as commission. You know what I'm saying? So they give you a decent base, but they go, if you have safety standards, if you have production standards, if you have so-and-so, but then other than the fact of it just being on you, somebody on your shift could go over there, kick the machine, hurt their foot, and you lose $50,000. And it wasn't even you. That's the way they have it now. So you got to be responsible for everybody. You know what I'm saying? So on commission, you could go out there, work your butt off. That's your money. And that's why I was like, I'm going to always be in sales. Even before I became a stockbroker, I was like, because that way, nobody's telling me what I'm going to make. You know what I mean? Because when I went to the bank, they were like 28,000. When I switched over and I said I want to do a sales job, that first year out of college, I was making 40. There's kids leaving college now making 40. And they're happy with it. That was what? I don't even want to tell y'all how many. 19 anything was a long time ago. So and it was into it. 40, you know what I'm saying? I remember the guy over Human Resource, he said, at University of Virginia, you're not going to make 40,000 your first year. I said, sir, I'm going to make 40,000 my first year out of college. And this was a Black guy they had hired in our career planning and placement. Who are you talking to? And probably if he hadn't said that to me, I wouldn't have done it. But I was like, I want to prove him wrong. And of course I ain't tell him, but I just proved him wrong and put it in my pocket, kept on moving, but we can do that. We can do that. We can do it, but we have to put ourselves into a position, to actually do these things. But so I said that to just say like how, and I was so hungry, I was so hungry. I had school loans, I had all this stuff. I wanted to go to graduate school, but so I was able to pay for my graduate school because of my sales job. And I could go do a class, study for tests, go to an appointment, come back. If I had a regular desk job, I couldn't even have got my master's. And I got that and the sales employer. And I went full-time master's at night. And then I was working at sales at a radio station they had to change their policy. They said, we never expected anybody to go to school full time. It's like, I said, but you said you were going to pay half. He said, yeah, but that we thought somebody's going to take one class. It was full time. They changed their rules. Make them change their rules. So because of that, I expect everybody to be like that. Everybody to be like that. I don't expect us to leave nothing on the table. Nothing.
Damn, change their rules.
Right, Mr. Dorsey.
I love it.
That's just an abbreviated session. So so if you want somebody to shake your kids up, send them to me. Then my daughter goes, I know, Mom. I know.
I would like to ask a question to everyone.
Yes.
Now, I heard all the nice things that people said about what they've gone through, what they've learned this year, especially the gentleman that said he's going to make his wife breakfast. Now, are we going to take all these great things that we've learned into 2021? Because my thing was, I don't want to leave 2020 not learning something. I plan to everything that I've learned to take it into next year.
So
how do you guys feel about that? Do you want to, what you've learned, I think it's valuable enough to hold on to it.
Absolutely, yeah.
I think financially we can take in a lot of things, like Mr. Dorsey was saying, how much money they save now by, spending more time at home. And
money is good. Money is good, but there's more things to life than money, like making your wife breakfast.
That's right. That's right.
I know for me, life is like going to school. You learn on this level, then you move up. I try not to regress. I'm always looking forward. If it's not in front of me, I really can't see it. And also, like I said, money's not everything. But I learned something during 2020.
Yes.
Real wealth is me getting more of my time. Yeah, money's good.
Yes.
It's a tool.
Yes.
It's a tool. And I was having lunch today with a partner of mine. He's like, money's a tool. It gives you options. And if you got money, you go to McDonald's or you go to Ruth Chris. They'll make you better, just give you more options.
Yes.
And like I said, 2020, man, just opened my eyes up a whole lot.
Yes.
And like I said, I gained some new friends. I lost some old friends. Like I said, I rebuilt bridges. I burned some bridges. But like I said, I don't know. I told my wife, and the thing about it, before COVID hit, and my wife is on the line, I told her, I said, 2020 is going to be one of my best years. And I told her before you hit. And you can ask her right now. She's on the phone. She's on this phone.
Yes.
The chat line.
Yeah.
And I don't know where I pulled that from. Well, you know where I pulled it from.
Yes.
But I don't know. I told her, I said, this 2020 is going to be my year. And she kind of looked at me cross-eyed. And then all this hit, right?
That's right. And it did. What were you going to say, Miss Howard? Miss Howard was going to say something.
No, I wasn't going to say anything.
Oh, he said you were just listening.
No, ask my wife. Go ahead, ask my wife.
That's true. You did say that. So I just wanted to admit it, agree with you. But my question is, I want to know if you're going to still be making those meals in 2021. That's my question.
Yes.
Once things get back to normal.
I've been making the meals for you for 28 years.
That's so sweet. That's so sweet. The girl, don't try to be so
Hey, JB, I made a dinner tonight.
Oh,
She'll tell you that.
That's so good. That's so good. It better not have been hot dog.
No, it was a hamburger.
Exactly.
Well, I made it, but I still made it.
That's right.
I heated it up.
That's right. That's all good. At least he gave he gave you good memories. Good memories. But that one thing, like it's really a funny thing in there. I don't know, because sometimes you see successful people and they'll tell you, oh, you got to spend all your time wisely and do this, and this. And then you'll see successful people like Mr. Dorsey, and it's like, you need to have more time. You need to just, have more time. And it's that just shows you that success is a personal thing.
Yep.
It's what you see, success as.
Yes.
And then, I often wonder, like, what is like, Mr. Hollis, like when you were young, did you say, success is da. Do you remember ever defining what you think success is?
Well, at one time I had in mind it was money, trying to make money. That was one thing about it. But then during those different times, it was trying to find a job or something like that to help pay the money. That was one of the problems back in those times. So if you had a job, you had to at least work 2 jobs.
Wow.
But I was blessed as the years progressed on to be able to get into a profession that I could work, have a part-time job, and then be into something else also. And then I was in part owner of a business at one time. So therefore, I did try to look out for the future, and I wanted things to be much better than they were when I was growing up. I tried to look for things better because I saw how my father struggled.
Amen.
And but a lot of people don't learn from that, because I know a guy I grew up with. Hey, he was left quite a bit of money and he ended up with nothing because of the fact he was not taught discipline. And this is the thing that you have to do to the young people as far as today is concerned. I think we give them too much.
Most definitely.
And
right.
one of the major problems is this: I'm not going to raise my child like I was raised. But see,
like I told you, yep, that's what I was saying. That's our problem. It is, I know, because I was like,
it is a problem. But then when those kids get to be a certain age, they're going to look for these things.
Yep.
But we got to teach them this. You got to do this, 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 and this.
Yep.
Those are steps that you must take.
Yep. Yep.
One thing I must say as far as being with you, I'm blessed. God has blessed me through this whole year.
Amen.
To come this far. He's blessed all of us.
Amen.
And I want to thank God for all of you.
Yes.
Thank
yes.
God,
Well,
I thank God for me.
Thank God for you.
I thank God for all of us being here and able to meet like this.
Amen.
It is a blessing. It is a blessing.
Amen.
You are a blessing to us.
Thank you.
I really appreciate you.
No, I appreciate you even more. It's a blessing to have. You don't have to take this time for us because you got it. You know what I'm saying? Like we need that because we all need to have examples of if we persevere, we'll be all right. And when I look at you, I just see perseverance. That's what the energy that I get, and that's what I need. So we always probably we try to draw on people, you know what I'm saying? Like from what you need. And for you to, it's like, I'm not gonna give up because King Hollis ain't gonna give up. You know what I mean? We're not gonna give up because you don't be black, a black man, a black grown man in America who survived. Like it just doesn't happen by accident. You have to have an intention to be a sound mind grown black man.
And may I say one other thing? I think this year, like I told my daughter, this year is a test. This is a test.
Yep.
And a lot of people fail the test this year.
Amen.
I feel that this is a test.
That's right.
God is testing us. And a lot of us failed it.
That's right.
We got to put our trust in God.
That's right.
That's one of the major things.
That's
put
right.
Your trust in God.
And a lot of times, because people don't want to be around someone like you who is going to hold them accountable, who's going to tell them to be more. They're going to tell them, don't do that. I'm telling you, because that doesn't work. Like a lot of people just don't do that. And that's something I learned this year, that I have to focus on helping people who want my help. And when people don't want my help, leave them alone.
Keep on
Amen.
You know what I'm
Amen.
saying? Like,
Exactly.
Yes,
leave them
yes.
alone. Like, because you can't, and because I would wear myself out on the wrong energy. You know what I'm saying?
Yes. I know exactly what you're saying.
Yeah,
Oh my
exactly.
God.
It's a really bad habit. You know what I'm saying? When there's enough need out there that you haven't taken care of, and you're sitting there thinking about that. So it's like, nope, now, like, boom, on to the next. You know what I mean? Keep moving, because you can't help anybody that doesn't want to be helped.
Exactly. I think
You're right
sometimes they
about
want to
that.
stay in that state.
Mm.
Sometimes I think they want to stay in that state for a while.
Yes, it's
For whatever
comfortable.
reason. Yeah,
It's
exactly.
comfortable.
Exactly.
You can tell them exactly what this. Like you're losing your hair, and you can tell them exactly what it is. And do you say, did you stop doing that? And they go, no. Well, your hair's still going out. you still lose your hair.
And I think, but you know what? I think sometimes they want that attention too.
True.
True.
So they have something to complain about.
Exactly. Exactly. Mm-hmm.
That's so true.
You're focused on them.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
You go, it's still doing the same thing. Yeah, yes, indeed. Or people that complain about their spouse and they sleep with them every night. Like, don't complain about someone, you know what I mean, that you're with, like that you still with, like not like that, not like a complaint, like, oh, you didn't clean the kitchen or so and so, but I mean like really bad complaints. You know what I'm saying? Like I saw a Dateline episode, and this lady was complaining about her husband, and that she was going to call the police on him, and her husband was sleeping with the woman that she was complaining to. And so she told the husband, and the husband killed the woman. The husband killed his wife, and the wife never knew that woman that was her, like, and it has no connection to you. Terry's like, don't say a hairdresser, but she was. The lady had her own salon, and a customer was sleeping with her husband. It was terrible.
Oh, wow.
Oh my goodness.
And the lady said, yeah, my husband, he doing insurance fraud. I'm gonna call the police today. Blah, blah, blah. And that man, he was a cop. He came and killed his wife.
Oh, wow.
So look, that should be a biblical story, right? That should be modern day biblical story. Talk about your husband. Because you never know when that lady's crazy. Oh my goodness, especially if you're gonna call the police on a cop. Don't do it. Like, what a horrible story, but there's a moral to it, right? Moral to it, indeed.
I think JV, a lot of people don't want to work on self. They don't realize that they're part of the problem.
Amen.
And, they blame other people,
Amen.
but we have to evolve. We have to look at ourselves and be better than we were yesterday.
That's a good one. That should be the lesson in that story too, right? She was like, she should have been focused, like, right? If we focus on the inside.
Yes,
that we will. And I think that I had to do a lot of that myself this year. That COVID gave me that opportunity, that I had to go in, on a lot of things, inside on parenting, inside on a lot of just personal stuff. That you're right. Like I was telling some family members, I was like, a lot of times as women, we're told, like, because you have certain things or certain degrees or certain positions or certain titles, that you're so there's no one good enough for you. There's stuff like this, and then that you're so great, and I said, but what we're doing there is you're not being accountable. It just like you said, look, and it was like crickets. Nobody on there none of the women were receiving what I said. And I said, but we're not being accountable. I said, because any failure, if we're in it, I'm in it. Like, you know what I mean? I was in that. Like, you were in it. What can we learn from things that failed so that we can do better? But, I said, because none of us are too good for anybody. Like, you know what I mean? To address that, because they were talking to this one lady about, you don't have a man because, you too good and nobody's good enough for you. You know what I mean? That's like, that's not true. Like, that, and it makes her feel like she can never be with anybody.
Because they standards so high, the list is so long.
Yeah. Like, and there's, there's so much more to a a woman than where she works and what she makes and what she does. So isn't there so much more to a man than that?
Absolutely.
You know what I'm saying? If you're saying that that's the reason that you're too good for him, then isn't that, you know what I mean? Like, wouldn't that be inappropriate if he put you like that?
Yeah, you too good in what way?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like, wouldn't he, I mean, yeah. Isn't that sad?
Yeah.
So, I want love. I want us to have love. I want Afroeconomics. I wanted to encourage love and relationships and family and staying together. I mean, we could say in 2020, not one of our couples in Afroeconomics has divorced. That's success.
That's good.
You know what I'm saying? Have you probably never noticed on the membership page, but I said a family that plans together stays together. You know what I'm saying? You've seen that exactly. It's like we have to be about it, and everybody on your team has to be helping you.
Yep.
Because sometimes you can bring people into your team and they're not about family. You need to be careful. I mean, you really do. They go, nah, people, you know what I'm saying? No, and no. You know what I'm saying? It has to be about, like, it happens. But every time I see it, I'm more of like, let me talk you through the terror and the horror of divorce. You know what I'm saying? Like,
and I think people need to learn how to communicate too. And if you don't know how to communicate, you may need some mental help.
Amen.
So a lot of times we don't, seek out therapy, but a lot of people are mentally ill in some, shape, form, or fashion.
And in 2020, a lot of it was discovered, but unfortunately, a lot of self-medicating went on with the alcohol, and the drugs and, things that it's sad. I mean, it's easy to find research about how many people that had pulled themselves out of addictions went back, and that's kind of what King Hollis was making reference to, that you all did very successfully got through 2020, but a lot of people, didn't. And but they should know, if anybody's out there watching, that there's always a comeback.
Yes.
There's always a recovery. We can always get better. Like Afroeconomics, is on the cover. You'll see, if you look at the website and the book cover, it's about the wheel of transformation, the African symbol of every day we're getting better. Look at that. That's what it's about. Movement and getting better and improving. Like, everybody in here has been through challenges that aren't apparent today. But, the thing is about victory. It's about we've made it. It's about we want to make sure we pull everybody else. And it's just about encouragement. You notice, like, all of y'all are so humble. Nobody's bragging. No, it's been just encouraging. Even Mr. Lewis, he's so quiet.
I'm soaking all this good knowledge in. Like I said earlier, I was ready for 2021. But 2020, it was a good year. I can't lie. You got us ready for 2020 and 2019 every week, telling us save. You need to save. Stop spending all your money. Put it away for the rainy day. Well, 2020 has been a rainy day all year. And like I said, we made it. We're here.
Yeah. That's so true. Yeah. Thank you. Isn't it
I'm
true?
still ready for 2020.
Isn't it? Isn't it true though? I'm so glad that you pointed that out. Thank God. Isn't it true? Like in 2019, I kept talking about, I feel like something's coming. Remember, I kept saying, like, I really feel like something's coming. Like, we really need to save. Like, we really need to get that emergency account, the emergency fund. I don't know what it is, but something's going to be coming. Like, it really did. And then, of course, when it came, I ain't think about it. But it was like, oh, okay, we expected you. But but like you said, great point. That's what we do it for. And then now but a lot of you have had it as it's become a savings opportunity, like, for all of you, all of us. I used to order out all the time. Now I cook all the time. I haven't even figured out like how much I probably save, but not to think about my health. Like, I feel so much better. So
I cook a little more too, JB.
Exactly.
I even learned how to grow my vegetables and foods, green peppers and
so good.
Tomatoes and
That's so
You got any
good.
extra? You got any extra?
I did.
Yeah.
You know
Let
what?
me know when you get
Amazon,
some more.
look, Amazon
We're
finally.
gonna start again, and I think March or April, because my husband and I, we're like Green Acres. He's like Fresh Air, and I'm Times Square, so we kind of merged together.
He brought you in there.
Yeah,
Right?
he brought me in there.
That's
Yeah.
right. That's right.
Mhm.
That's right. She
And
ain't
I
joking
appreciate
either.
it now. Yeah.
I love it. I love you guys are so cute anyway. You're cute anyway.
Thank you.
That's so good. So true.
Hey, but JB, I tell you one thing that I learned this from my wife, because I grew up. When you grow up poor, you kind of become a little stingy, a little miserly, and I want to hoard everything away. But my wife has helped me to maybe give back. And I think one of the reasons I've been blessed and why I get blessed so much, because I don't mind giving back.
Amen.
And but if you caught me a couple of years ago when I was first coming up, I wasn't giving nobody nothing.
Yo. But you they not hustling hard enough, right? They not hustling hard, right? Good for you.
But now I'm able to
That's right.
bless somebody here, bless somebody. I'm like I remember one time I was at work and I blessed somebody with some lunch. About an hour later, a lady come to me. She said, "Here's $20. I want to buy you lunch." I told her, I said, "I don't need your money." I said, I had like $1,000 in my pocket. I said, "I'm good." She said, "I didn't ask you that." She said, "God told me to give you this money for lunch."
Wow.
That thing floored me.
That's right. That's right.
And I'm greedy, right? So I called
right.
the guy back. I said, "Let me buy you dinner." I said, "Maybe I get another blessing."
And nobody showed up, right? He's like, where the lady? Where the lady with $100?
But I don't know, but I mean, you got to get back. And I get the one thing that I'm not afraid. I'm not afraid of being broke. I'm just afraid of being poor.
Amen.
So I don't want to have nothing to do with poor.
That's right.
That's Section 8 housing.
That's right.
Hillside. I don't want nothing to do with that.
That's right. Like that's like that broke as a mindset, right? That we don't want. That's right.
State of mind.
That's right. Good for you. That's so beautiful. And that's beautiful.
But you got to get back. I mean, especially when I had so much free time. I was drinking a little bit more, right? All right, and I think I drank too much. Now I can't even drink anymore. So that's another saving.
Good. Amen. Good. Amen.
So it's all good.
That's right. Saved your life. COVID saved your life.
I miss it, but the thing about it, every time I have a drink, it hurts. So I can't even force it.
That's a
so
blessing.
that's good.
Amen.
Yeah, so
that's a blessing. I'm glad. That's right. That's a blessing.
Yeah.
But
I miss it though.
You say y'all can go out. Y'all go out with me because I don't drink. Mike doesn't drink. Don't drink. Yo.
I know last time we went out, my wife had a drink and I did. I said the world must be coming to an end.
We gonna so you go
look at her.
right. That's all right. We'll get her on your side. That's right. That's so good. But that happened to me with cake. Because I wanted to stop eating cake and eating sweets. So when I would eat cake, my neck would start swelling up, like closing up. Did I tell y'all about that? And then now if I touch slice of cake, I get scared, but it doesn't, you know what I'm saying? I don't mess with sweets like that. Like you said, you start getting sick, but that's a blessing.
Is that
is a blessing.
Is that because you stayed away from it for a long time?
I don't know. It just started doing that. And I started feeling like I'm gonna die, and started having to drink the water, real hard. I was having some sort of allergic reaction, but it could have been because my body hadn't had sugar like that. Because I try not to do any sugar. So but it was, woo. I was like, thank God. That's all I was like, just thank God. Help me save myself.
Yeah.
It is,
and like you said, pain is a great motivator.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
He takes care of fools and babies.
And I ain't been a baby for a long time.
So I know, right? No, but we are true. We got to see the blessing in everything. And I think that's the underlying lesson of what we said, that we see the blessing, take advantage of. Y'all took advantage of saving money instead of spending money during COVID. Hopefully you'll continue to save through the season, You know, like I don't know if you noticed in the text that I sent out, but I said that I may God bless you with priceless gifts. May you get all the priceless gifts that you desire, because the things that money buys are like, it's fleeting. It's fleeting. It's not going to last. But a true friend, your true, your family, your true family, and it's just
The gift of
priceless.
time. Yep, the
Your
gift of
mind,
time.
you know what I'm saying? Your mindset,
Yep.
your kindness.
Yep.
Look, just our joy, just to be able, because I know all of y'all know, like when you've gone through a time, I don't know if you've ever gone through a time where you're just bitter, sad, you know what I mean? Like, and to now just be happy, is such a blessing.
Bitter is never part of my vocabulary. I'm never bitter.
Never
Me,
bitter.
me either, Jenny.
That's not part of that's not Jenny. Oh no.
Look,
That's why they call me sunshine.
Look, they call me that too.
I saw Jenny one time at the gym. She was fussing this lady out. Up and Jenny was tearing that lady up.
I sure enough did.
Right? So she might not know Bitter, but Bitter know her.
Oh,
You're not gonna do me wrong.
Jenny got that.
You tried to help that lady, but
I did. I said, okay, Jenny, we're gonna be all right. I'm not gonna. Let's move. That lady.
You tried to help that lady, but it didn't work.
That lady was turning pink and blue. Jenny was tearing her up. So we know. But look, she said that won't Bitter. That was the truth. That was. I was just trying to help her.
You can help her.
Help her with her life, exactly.
You couldn't help her. You definitely could not.
Exactly.
That wasn't bitter. I was just telling the truth.
Amen. So I'm gonna tell you, like
you remember? Maybe that was a long time ago.
Amen. But it's funny that God brought it back right there. He said, "Get her." He said, "Get her." Get her. It was like 10 years ago or something.
That was a long time ago. That was more than 10 years ago.
But she was tearing. So, but you said, "I've never known Bitter." Didn't she?
That wasn't Bitter. That was
I've never known.
No. That was my truth.
That was your truth. You right.
Yes.
I don't need to be remembering things like that. But it's funny.
Jenny, go to your room. That's going across the world. Don't
But to be happy, like, I mean, I know. I don't think I've always been like this happy, like this and stuff like that. Like, I know but sometimes you can get like to this good place and you just kind of forget about it. You know, you really don't, you just forget. I remember I used to wake up and have pain when I would wake up. From like just not eating right. Now that I eat right, eat good things, so I hope that 2021, that will be pain-free for us. That's why I'm really pushing that health and wealth, like, because I see the connection between like, us making better food choices. Our food is our medicine.
And it does affect
what
your
the
mood.
system says.
It does affect your mood.
Yes, it does, right?
The foods, because I just took a course in holistic hair loss of trichology. So,
you better go, girl.
Yeah.
And it affects
what is that in
food
English?
too, right? And you go, what you
the study of hair loss.
But we were talking about that like when we did mental health on Monday, mental health, your mindset. If your mind's not right and you're eating bad and you're gonna make bad financial choices, and you're like, why did I buy that? You going in there spending money on stuff to try to make you feel better when you could be saving and investing. But you're
eating according to your blood type. You have to eat foods that will nourish your particular system as far as your blood type.
So true. So true. It's so true. It says that I should be a vegetarian in that thing.
And my family already
I tore some beef up tonight.
And my family already thinks that I think I know a lot, but they haven't seen anything yet since I've taken this class. I really don't
know.
know.
Get them straight.
I'm still learning, but
get them straight.
Yeah, that's right.
Exactly. Walk around with your trophy. That was a great time to bring it up, right? That No, that's right, Mr. Dorsey. You should feel really bad, Terry, that you don't have yours.
I know. I would have gotten the husband to bring it down, but he's
remember New Year's Eve.
I'm gonna have it. I'm gonna have it because he's showing off.
Right?
Yeah. I
Hey,
can't let him show off by himself.
You say you know everything. That can't be true. My wife knows everything.
Oh, that's a compliment.
Look at her.
We both do.
That's right. High five to
Exactly.
That's right.
Exactly.
We're gonna get together in 2021.
Said, no,
Terry.
my wife does.
That's right.
And then Mr. Lewis said, "You're all wrong. My wife knows that."
Exactly.
Exactly. You're just wrong.
All husbands says that.
Yeah, his wife knows that. That's right. Because they do. They know everything that is needed for that husband to know. That's exactly. She ain't worrying. You see her smiling. She like, yep, I do. She knows. Well, I know, but she goes by T. Cherie. That's why I keep calling her T. But she put in Cherie, so she switched up on me tonight. What's her first name, Kirkland? What's your woman's first name? Isn't it T?
Your Royal Highness.
Yeah.
T, right. Yeah, exactly.
It's Tanisha. Tanisha's my first name.
That's right.
But I was my family calls me Sherry, so that's why you can call me Sherry too, JB.
They call you Terry?
Family.
Oh, Sherry. They call you
is my
Sherry. Oh, okay.
name.
I know, and I gotta get that. Where did I get the T Sherry from? I don't know.
Oh, it's fine.
Exactly.
Either way.
Exactly. That's your album name. You're singing, you're performing name, T Sherry. That's
right.
Her
That's
alter
what
ego
on the album cover. Look it up on YouTube. T Sherry.
Hey, JB, be easy. I gotta live with this woman. Be easy. Don't hype her up. I gotta live with her.
You know she's a singer. Exactly.
Oh.
Miss Howard, thank you. Thank you. You ready for 2021?
Yes, I am.
That's right, sis.
I am ready.
Let's do it. Let's do it. Y'all good. I appreciate you all so much. How about Terry Cotman wins the laugh award? Did y'all hear her laugh? I'm gonna hear that laugh.
I've been told that before, that when if someone like was in a store and they heard my laugh, it's like, I thought that was you.
Yes.
You know what I mean? They can tell by my laugh. I'm like, wow.
Exactly. I will hear it all night. I'm gonna record it one day. You can't be mad after you laugh. You're like, it's all good.
That's the joy coming out.
Amen.
Yeah.
That's so good. That's so good. Y'all keep doing what you're doing. Thank you so much.
Thank you.
Everybody, everybody stuck it out with you. Y'all participants, Ms. Anderson. How you doing, Ms. Walton, Ms. Graves? I love that. How you doing, Ms. Davis? Another Mr. Lewis, Ms. Johnson, Mr. Lawson, Ms. Worsley. They can't see you, but we love you all. Y'all see their names? Can you see their names at least? Maria. How you doing, Stimmy? We've been calling you. Anna T.
Thank you.
Oh, you know what I should? I'm gonna open up some of the mics if y'all want to say anything. You can to our panelists. Say hi. You want to say hi, Laura? Hi. You can say hi, Stimmy.
Hi.
Oh.
Hello.
Oh.
Hi.
And Jules. How are y'all?
Hello.
Oh. Who was that? That sounds so sweet. You see that? You heard that? Bridget, you gonna be quiet tonight? Sassy being quiet.
Oh, good evening, everyone. I enjoyed enjoyed everyone speaking. It was excellent.
Oh, that's so
Thank
positive.
Thank
That's
you.
so positive. Thank you. Thank you. How about you, Laura?
Yeah. Can you hear me? Yes.
Oh, you
well, I enjoyed everyone too.
Oh.
Yeah, it kind of gave me some inspiration going into looking back on what 2020 has been about. A lot of people highlighted some of the things that I felt as well, but I'm looking forward to going into 2021 because I retired and 2020 was a little bit of a letdown. So,
right. When did you retire? What year was it? 19?
No, 2017 I retired, but I had 2 hip replacements, one after the other. And so I was looking forward to 2020 because I was going to be rolling in 2020.
Right.
And but 2021, I'm
exactly.
on it.
You know why you had that hip replacement because you don't eat enough beef. That's what it was. Look, I wish you had told me. You know what I would have said that, girl. You better stop being a vegetarian. Eat that meat.
No, that was all that exercising I did in the military, all that running around, jogging, and
True,
you know.
true. Everybody blame everything on the military.
Well, this is true.
Exactly. I don't know. She should have had that beef. They just didn't. Need a big ribeye. You would have been fine.
I ate my share, JB. I ate my share.
Ate your share. It still didn't work, huh? No.
Well, it's like somebody said, pain will teach you something. So.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah.
Amen.
So that's what made me change up.
Amen. Well, that's a blessing because you look great. I would have never known it.
Thank you.
That's so good. She was at the fest too. So you saw Mr. Hollis there. You saw Jenny Jones there, Miss Cotman, the Dorsey, Mr. Lewis was there. Oh wow, y'all! That was Hayes. We made it, y'all. We made it. Woo, that fest shut everything down. We got that in, and that was it. That was probably that was one of your last major outings for the year for most of y'all, right?
Oh yeah,
it was.
Isn't that something?
Talk about that. It was
right. Exactly. We didn't really think about it. After that, it was down. I'm so glad I did it. I'm so glad that I did it. We have that memory. Next time, Miss Howard will be there. You know, but I think the next time we're gonna have it in DC. And then the time after that, we'll have it in New York. We got to keep moving.
Yeah.
We even have members in California now. So
keep moving.
There we go. We could do that. It could be that'll be our destination, right? Our destination weekend. Well, y'all be blessed. Thank you so much.
Thank you, JB.
Awesome.
Thank you.
Merry Christmas.
Happy
Blessed.
Happy holidays.
Merry Christmas, everyone.
Happy holidays.
Merry Christmas. Thank you. Y'all so sweet.
Hey, church, step your game up next time.
That's right. Get it together, Terry.
Everyone take care and happy holiday to everyone.
Thanks, Jenny. You too.
Thank you.
You too. Bye-bye.
Hey, y'all guys be blessed. Be blessed.